So with that, I will not take too much time. I just want to focus on why Balvihar and what Balvihar is. As they say, in order for motivating people towards doing something good, you must start with why. And I will start with why, and the why will be very short. In order to explain the why, I'm going to draw upon a book that is written by a very esteemed professor at University of Chicago Booth School of Business, Professor Thaler. Professor Richard Thaler happens to be the professor of behavioral economics, and he's written this book called Nudge. It's not a push, it's not a shove, it's not a pressure, it's just nudge. The idea of that book is paternalistic humanism. What that means is that you, as parents or leaders or seniors, don't push, don't pressurize, don't shove your followers, kids, children into following your way, but you create such circumstances that gives them good defaults. A default, the best way to understand is when you buy an iPhone or you buy a computer, you don't go and set everything in. You don't set up the screensaver, you don't set up so many things. They're there for you. It just gives you an option. Do you accept the default or you move on? And those defaults are sticky. I rarely ever change many of these defaults, and they stay with my computer, my phone forever. That's how I look at kids. Kids who are growing up here versus the kids like ourselves when we grew up in Bharat, we got some defaults without realizing that. Because the culture, the society over there was giving us those defaults. Of course, our parents played a part, but their job was very hard. I must not take that away. But our job is hard in a different way. We are in a different culture, in a different society. So we ought to give our kids good default that they can fall back to when in the moment of need, distress, desire, they should know where to go. And by default, I mean if what you give them doesn't work for them, they can change it. They can change the way they pray, they can change the books that they read, but they should know what their ancestors practiced that kept them good. That is what Balvihar does. We are trying to help the parents create good defaults with the kids so that if they never consciously change, they go to the default. And that's what you will see the kids perform today. Balvihar does teach them language, it does teach them the history, it does teach them how to come up on stage and be confident. It gives them all of that, but that is not the point. The point is to take the sum total of all of these things, put them together and create a package called sanskar. And those sanskars are hard to inculcate. They won't happen in a year. They won't happen in 2 years. You have to continue with it. We will make mistakes along the way and we are open for feedback. But our lakshya, our uddesh is to take them towards the default good